Hi, I'm Dr. David Sparks, and I am here to talk to you about snoring. In the first 4 episodes of this series, we've discussed the effects of sleep on your health. In a perfect world, we all go to sleep at a reasonable bedtime, sleep peacefully throughout the entire night, and wake up totally refreshed, re-energized, alert, and ready to roll up our sleeves and go to work. Is that how it works for you? We've mentioned along the way that 4 different conditions can get in the way of such a blessed event as a good night's sleep. And they are snoring, obstructive sleep apnea, central sleep apnea, and insomnia. So, why don't we take a look at these 4 sleep disorders and discuss their causes. And first, this will probably be quite familiar to a lot of you, let's turn to snoring. It is fascinating that snorers don't snore when they're awake, but when they fall asleep, look out, because here comes a freight train. What causes snoring? Essentially, snoring is a significant reduction in the diameter of your airway. The airway is a complex system of tubes that send inhaled air from your nose and mouth into your lungs. Blockage of the upper airway occurs when the upper breathing passages become narrowed or blocked, making it harder to breathe. Areas in the upper airway that can be affected are the windpipe, formerly known as the trachea, the voice box, larynx, or throat, pharynx. But why does the airway get blocked? Well, when you fall asleep, the soft tissues at the back of your mouth, or upper airway, become relaxed. These soft tissues are the soft palate and the uvula, which are at the rear roof of your mouth. The soft palate is the fleshy, flexible part toward the back of the roof of the mouth. And you know that little thing at the back of the mouth that dangles down? That's called the uvula. At any rate, and again, as you fall asleep, those components droop down into the airway, which causes a narrowing of the airway. So you're breathing in and out through a narrower airway when you sleep. You still have to fill your lungs with air, but through a much more restricted opening. So you know what happens? Because the airway is narrower, the air pressure in the breath stream is increased. And when air is under pressure, it can make objects move. Now, so watch this. Look at this. I'm going to breathe with a lot of pressure. See that? It's making that paper move, right? Okay. I always use the analogy of a water hose with a nozzle on it. If you open up the nozzle, water comes out with relatively little pressure. But when you close it down, water will come out with enough pressure that you can sweep down your driveway. Okay, so let's say that the airway is acting like that nozzle that's sweeping the driveway. Your breath stream has enough pressure to set the soft palate and the uvula into a fluttering motion, otherwise known as, recognize that? Yeah, a snore. That's all snoring is, the fluttering or vibration of the soft tissues at the back of the throat. Throw in getting older, which, sadly, as we all know, tissues all over our body start to sag a little bit. And as we get older, our metabolism slows down, and a lot of us put on a little bit of extra weight. Well, believe it or not, that weight, or fat, is not just restricted to our bellies and thighs. You can get an accumulation of fat in the upper airway, which acts to encroach on the airway, thus making it smaller. So again, sagging, floppy tissues and a narrowed airway produce a breath stream under pressure, and snoring is born. You know what? I hear all the time from people, "Hey, I snore, but it doesn't bother me. It bothers the wife. I sleep like a baby." That is simply not true, oh floppy-throated one. If you remember from previous episodes, during a normal night's sleep, the brain goes through very specific stages of sleep. As it transitions or progresses from stage 1 to 2 to 3 and 4, brain waves slow down and get larger in amplitude. Hypothetical. Let's say you're in stage 2 and your brain is drifting towards stage 3, and along comes a mighty snore. Sorry. Your subconscious hears that, essentially sends out alarm bells, and alerts you back up to stage 2 or even to stage 1. You get it? Snoring prevents the brain from going through its biologically designed program. I don't know if there's a Latin term for this, so I'll just make one up. Sleepus interruptus, to say nothing of perhaps your bed partner giving you a poke with the elbow, which occurs again, sleeptus interruptus. And of course, you can't forget the reason behind those sleep stages: proper and complete hormone production. So next time you're experiencing daytime fatigue, grouchiness, forgetfulness, loss of libido, don't chuckle and try and sell the notion, I snore, but it doesn't bother me, it bothers the wife. I sleep like a baby. Another fabricated Latin term, you're fooling yourselfus.